with the trading. Let's say I didn't understand what's round one, round two. I mean,
Okay.
I have to wait for the first trade to be executed and gain the profit, and then after that I go to
Yeah.
uh,
So you're talking about like the management, right? The
yeah,
trade management.
yes.
Okay.
Mm,
So what I meant by that was I was trying to break it down to a very simple concept of if you take trades one at a time, right?
mm,
Because the whole point is for you not to take 5 trades at one time. You know what I
okay.
mean?
Hmm.
You don't want to take 5 trades at one time. I mean, you have to understand there's setups that you want to get to, but you don't want to take 5 trades at once, right? You want to take 1
Right,
or 2 trades at a time, and you're really looking for the best possible setup.
right.
And those are the key points. It's the best possible setup. So if you're trading 3 pairs or three pairs that that you'd like to trade, out of those 3 pairs, like which one is providing you the best setup to trade?
I see. Hmm.
You know, because
So
if you think about it, like what kind of an account size are you going to go with when you go live? Like how much are we talking about? So we can give you an
uh,
actual
I I,
example.
th- I think I'm gonna start now with $500.
Okay, so let's just call it. So let's just say 500.
Yeah,
So on a $500 account, what is the maximum that lot size that you should be trading?
0.01. This is the least one.
Okay, so I'm saying like the max, right? So the
The
max,
max. Okay.
yeah. So the I can't draw M's for some reason. The max lot size on a $500 account
Mm,
is 0.05.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the max, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So what you do is basically you're building up. The way you manage risk is by anticipating losses.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're not going to win all the trades. Obviously you're going to have losing that's going to happen, and
Right.
you're going to have losing streaks that's going to happen also, right?
Right.
So you need to be prepared for that or anticipate that in advance before they even happen. Okay, so essentially what you do is, instead of thinking of it like round one, think of it like trade one.
Okay.
Okay, so trade one, you're going to start off with your least minimum that you can, which is 0.01, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let's say that you win that trade. The next trade that you put into play, you can go ahead and go up to a 0.02.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you lose that trade. So the next trade that you take, you're basically going back to
Yeah.
0.01.
Okay.
Okay, and so let's say you win this one. Let's say you take trade number 4. You can go back up to a 0.02. Let's say you win that. Now you're at trade 5, and then you can take that one at 0.03. You win that one, trade 6. You go up to 0.4. You win that one, trade 7. You're at your max now
Okay.
at
Oh,
point
nice.
0.5, right?
Right.
So what happens after this trade? So let's say if you get to a 0.05, okay, no
Mhm.
matter what happens, whether you win or lose that trade, trade number 8 is going to be a 0.01.
Okay.
Okay,
You
because
reset them.
basically yeah, exactly. So after 5 trades, so after 5 winning trades, you reset.
I see.
Okay, and all that is you basically anticipating the losers coming.
Hmm.
Okay, so and let's just say you win this one. Now imagine you winning 5 trades in a row. What are you thinking psychologically?
I'm gonna. Uh, I think I'm gonna be like lacking or um psychologically. You're gonna be more confident of yourself. I think.
Right. So you're
And
going to be very confident, right? You won 5 trades in a row,
yeah.
and literally you're going to think that you're going to be right on every single thing,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, that's when you actually lose a trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because of that psychology that happens when you have 5 wins in a row, you're automatically anticipating yourself losing a trade. So in order for you to compensate for that trade loss that you're going to have at some point, you're basically automatically taking less risk.
I see.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So let's say you win 0.05 and then you trade 8, you 0.101, you win that one, and then trade 9, you're at 0.02, right? Once you get to that, now let's say this one you lost. Okay, so trade 10, now you go back to 0.01.
Yes. Yeah.
So basically, anytime that you lose a trade, you're at 0.01, no matter what.
Okay.
Okay, you keep winning, then you keep going up in lot size until you get to your max, which is 0.05.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to your max, then the very next trade, whether you win or lose, you're going back to 0.01.
Right.
Okay. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that if for any reason your balance drops below 500, you cannot scale. You're basically stuck at trading 0.01s until you get your balance back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anytime that your balance goes below the initial investment of 500, you're trading 0.01s, 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 0.01s until you get back to 500. And then you could start doing this.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's no point in you scaling this if you've had significant losses to where you're below your initial investment.
Yeah, I got you.
That doesn't make any sense to take that risk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I have another question. So now, when you're doing this, you have to put it in your journal also. I mean, everything that you take, you put it in your journal.
You want to put everything in your journal, man.
Everything. Okay.
Everything. Because here's what people do, man. If you want to do this for a living or on a regular basis, like you got to think of this like a business, man.
Yes.
This isn't a hobby, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Business. Right.
you have to journal everything that you do, every trade that you take. And so at the end of the week, you should be reviewing your trades.
Mm-hmm.
Especially you should be reviewing the losses that you took.
Okay.
Because the winning trades aren't going to tell you anything. The losses are going to tell you what you did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you don't journal the trades, how the hell are you going to review them at the end of the week?
You're gonna be lost, right?
You're going to be lost.
Mm.
And then you're wondering why you're losing trades.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So think of this just like any profession, man.
Right.
You have to take everything into account. The more detailed that you are, man, the better. It's
Mm-hmm.
only going to help you. Just like the more detailed that you are, the more stuff that you gather when you're back testing.
Yeah.
That means that you're not having to basically go back and redoing back testing again.
Right.
I didn't realize that when I was back testing myself a couple of years ago, that I would be going back to get more information.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So instead of going back 3 or 4 times over the same pair just to get information, like just go through it one time. It'll take you longer, yes, but you'll have all the information one time on the first time. You don't have to go back again,
Yeah.
you know? And I mean, it's not a race. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
gonna
not a
take some
race.
time.
It's a marathon, man.
Right.
You know, it's all it is. It's a marathon.
Right.
So it's going to take some time, but it's a marathon. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how you would do it.
Right.
All right. And if you want, there's a, do you have that PIP calculator?
I have the app.
You have the app. Okay.
Yeah, FXN app
Yeah.
on my phone. So yeah, I do have it.
Okay, good.
It's very helpful, actually.
It is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
not every PIP is created equal.
No,
You know,
it's
so
everything.
yeah, it's very helpful.
Right.
But essentially, this is like the wireframe that you want to use to scale up. You know, and then the last thing is like, you know, how does this number basically go up, right? How do you get past a 0.05? Well, for you to go up on this number, you have to go up in your balance.
Mhm.
You know, so let's say you have a balance of say 6 here. Let's make it even easier. Let's say you get 500 1k to 1k.
Yes. Okay.
Right? When you get to 1k, now what's your max?
It's point 10, point 1, point 1, 0.
0.10 exactly.
Yeah, 10.
Right? So that's your max.
Yes.
So then what are you going to do? Same process, right?
Mm.
But you're just going to start, instead of starting at 0.01, you're going to start at 0.06.
Right.
You know, 0.07,
And scale it up.
0.08, and scale it up exactly. When you get to 2K, now your max is 0.20, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trading, you know,
0.16.
0.16, 0.17. Yep. So every $1,000 that you add, you
Yeah.
basically scale up one.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey Tom, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. The time change kind of almost got me.
Time change, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed outside too long doing chores.
Yeah, I think it's probably got a lot of people because there's only you and Nor in here, so I'm assuming that that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that's too. Yeah, because I was doing something and I didn't realize how late it was. So
I didn't even know that there was a time change today. I guess I didn't know because I just look at my phone and it tells me the right time. You know what I mean? Like I just look at my phone for the times. I never hit me that's a time change today or something.
yeah, my wife reminded me.
Smartphones, man.
Yeah, smartphones, right?
And internet. Yeah.
People lose hours of sleep, they get a little irritable about it.
So are we going back an hour or are we going forward an hour?
Forward.
Forward.
Yeah.
1 hour forward.
So you lost an hour of sleep last night, Mark. You didn't.
Damn, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
No wonder I felt tired.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no worries, man. All right. So, Tom, how are you doing with trading plan? Any questions about that or anything like that at all?
No, I had to put some stuff in it yesterday, but I haven't put the how much I'm gonna risk yet per trade. I'm thinking about doing a percentage instead of a lot. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do on that.
I think it just depends on the balance that you have, man. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think honestly, it's very simple, man, when it comes to figuring out what lot size you should use, because it just depends on the actual capital that you have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little over 1,000 right now that I'm just trying to.
Okay. So, I mean, honestly, that's, you know, like we just talked about, I mean, on a 1K account, you should be doing 0.10.
Yeah.
Because that just basically keeps you safe no matter what broker you're using, whether it's 50-to-1 leverage or whether it's 20-to-1 leverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're only risking about 2% or less,
right,
you know, on this. So it just keeps you safe, because at the end of the day, man, if you don't have, you know, money in your trading account, you can't trade.
Yeah. Well, problem I got right now, I've been doing nano lots or something, just to practice instead of doing
Right.
demo.
Yeah.
Just so now I got mentally I have to ramp it up some, just to handle that.
Well, I think if anything, man, you're doing what, 0.01s, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the point between 0.01 and 0.10, I mean, the outcome doesn't change, right?
Right.
The only thing that changes is whether or not you're still following the same rules, whether you're still setting up, doing the same setups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it's
Yeah.
just literally it's just numbers, just a number change.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep doing the same thing on a consistent basis over and over and over again, it doesn't matter whether it's a standard lot or 0.01. The results are going to be the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
As
like
far as that particular trade setup.
when we talked Friday, I kind of was trying to manufacture or force a trade, one or two trades last week, just to,
Yeah.
got a little slump, and then I was trying to make it up, and I don't know, but I mean, I saw my mistakes, what was going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I had kind of had the direction, at least on a couple of them, but one of them I just,
Do any of you guys trade like I don't know, euro pound?
no.
No?
I have it on my pounds.
I
Yeah.
don't do any CAD either. CAD just eats my lunch for some reason.
Okay. So what are your pairs, Tom?
EA, EJ, GA, GJ, and GU.
And Nora, what are your pairs?
Pound USD, pound AUD, pound NZD, euro pound, and euro JPY.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so I think it's a good idea to do this real quick, just so we can get some context of what the hell's going on. Let's do this here. What don't we do? I did this with Gary today on our one-to-one. I think it helped out tremendously. So, yeah, since you both share a pair, right? Let's do this here.
I've looked at EG a few times, but I just don't have it.
Yeah. All right. So you guys can see my screen, yeah?
Yes.
All right. And you should be seeing gold. Is that right?
Gold,
Yes.
US dollars. Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So let's take a look at EJ since you guys both have that as one of your pairs. And let's go back to, let's say, let's go back to February 1st here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's play this and let's talk about what's happening here day per day.
Okay.
So we can understand exactly what's happening and how we can better understand what we're looking at essentially when we're taking trades. So, all right, so this is what, February 1st. All right, let's play this out real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pause it as it gets to the Asian range, essentially. And we'll talk about what it looks like, what could it be, and stuff like that, so we can start to point out these trades. So let's speed this up a little bit. All right. So we're into the London session Sunday, Monday, right? So this is Sunday, Monday, London session. So what's your first thought just by looking at the previous week? Because that's all that we have to go off of. Does it say the previous week? What do we have the previous week here?
I think we're in consolidation.
Consolidation, right? So the whole week cycle for that particular week was nothing but accumulation and created a level, basically, right? Now, if we look at, let's say, the previous week before that, what do we have?
Trending.
It's straight trending cycle. So
Yeah.
we went from a trending cycle to a level building cycle. And I don't know, for me, like one of the first things that point that kind of jumps out is the fact that we're already priced.
Hey, Mark, I'll be right back in a second. My
Yeah.
wife just got home. Be right back.
So price is basically already above the EMAs, right?
Right. Mhm.
So you see that. So there's already like kind of like a transition happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks like a peak formation low here.
Right, exactly. Because of the fact that we're like above all this stuff, right?
Right.
So it makes you think, okay, well maybe this is like a peak formation low here, right? So let's play this out here and let's see essentially what comes about it here. Let's see. All right, so you let me know what you're thinking about this so far, if anything comes to mind, or if you think any pattern or anything like that. All right, so let's just play this one by one here.
I think this is a fake move to the downside here.
Okay, fake move to the downside.
Yeah. To
Uh,
the now it's forming a W.
right. Okay. Now it's
Yeah.
not.
Now it's not. It's pushing down. And if you look at the TDI,
Yeah, you look at the TDI, it's pushing down,
yeah, I think this is the first leg of W now.
but this is still moving straight across. You see that?
Yeah.
Like on the scale itself, it's not moving up, it's not moving down, but on the TDI, it's definitely moving down.
Right.
So, all right. So there's a railroad track there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not what we trade though. So let's see. All right. So now we're about to go into the US session. Oh. Would you think of that like a continuation trade at all?
Uh,
See, you're okay. You're only 13 pips above.
yeah.
So it's not really that far off the middle or the low of the range there.
I think it's forming a next leg, the second leg here. Of the
Second leg. Okay. Cool. So would that be a trade setup right there?
It shouldn't, but it is.
Okay. So I'm saying it. Do you think that that's a trade setup at all?
Yes.
Because you have a first leg, second leg here,
Yes.
and now you just have a close
right.
above
Yeah, type 1 setup.
The type 1 setup, right? Exactly. Now, the only concern that I would have just looking at it basically is these EMAs right here.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, are they going to basically get in the way?
I think it's going to go down again.
Because we're basically like, let's say in the middle here, you see previous week's high, previous week's low. We're like literally in the middle of last week, you know, because last week was nothing but sideways movement, right?
Yes.
So it's almost like it's basically just continuing the sideways movement here. But let's just say if we were to try to do this trade here and to go long, let's see. So to get us 15 pips to be here, and then to get 30 pips out of it, you need to go basically all the way up to the top of the Asian range. Okay. So, all right. So if you take this trade, think about this. What is your exit strategy besides obviously getting 30 pips?
The high of the Asian range also.
The high of Asian range, yeah. Okay. What's another possibility?
The mid-range.
Mid-range, yeah. So we can basically use all these different points to possibly get out if we need to, right? So we have the top of the range, the middle of the range, and then what else?
The EMAs.
The EMAs, right?
Yeah.
So if something happens where price gets stuck here, okay, then we have to exit the trade, right? Because we're going to basically say that this is going to start pushing this down, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we know our exit strategy basically depending on what happens. Okay. So let's see what happens here. All right, so here's the next candle. Boom. All right, that's good. That's not good.
Good.
All right, so what are you thinking here? Should you exit the trade here or should you keep it going?
Should exit.
You would exit the trade.
Mhm.
Okay. So then if you
I
exit the
keep
trade,
it going unless it went under the 13. Oh no, yeah,
the 5.
yeah, the 5. I'm sorry, the 5.
Okay. So Tom, you're going to keep it going, and then Nor, you're going to basically exit, and Gary, you're going to exit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So then if you exit the trade here, basically you're looking at what, like a 2 pip, 3 pip, let's see, 4 pip win, or basically like a break even, right? All right. So let's see what happens here after this and see if Tom will get stopped out or what happens. All right. So Tom, you still in this trade? Or are you going to get out?
Now I'm gonna wait till the 13.
You're going to wait till the
It comes
13th.
below 13, yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
So you would get out of that trade?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're already like, past the New York session already. So all right. So Tom got out here. So basically you're looking at almost the same thing, a break-even trade or possibly like a -1 or 2 pip trade,
Yeah.
right?
That was this basically, I mean, almost the 6th candle too. So,
Yeah, so it'd be like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, yeah, you're right. 6. It would have been the 6th candle, so you would have been gotten out anyways
yeah.
because you're not in substantial profit, right? Okay. So essentially, what could we possibly learn from this particular trade that we could look for next time? Is there anything we can take away from it?
Oh.
You don't trade it.
You wouldn't trade it, okay?
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't have taken it to begin with myself.
okay. So what are reasons then that would prevent you from taking the trade?
Well, because for me, the way the EMAs were pressing down on it, I just
Okay.
didn't think it was going to have. And then looking down at the TDI, the entry, the red one. What do you call the red one?
The signal line.
The signal line wasn't confirming at that point.
Okay.
It just looked weak.
You just look weak. All right, very good. All right, so let's move on to the next day here. And this will be basically Tuesday. So let's see. All right, so far we're Tuesday, and basically Sunday, Monday, we didn't have any kind of false move, right? We opened here, we closed there, identical spot, right? So we just basically moved sideways. Now, as we looked at before, the previous week, all we did was basically the same thing as well, accumulate the whole week between the highs and the lows. Okay, so we had an accumulation cycle the previous week as well. So moving into this week, essentially now, we're really looking for to see, I'm looking for to see, okay, can we break outside essentially of this, cycle of moving sideways essentially, because they've been going now sideways for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days straight. So they pretty much built up a very good, a good level, right? So I'd be looking at more interested to see, okay, can we break outside of this level? And really, can we break basically these highs from the previous week, right? Once we break out of these highs, then we basically know, hey, we're going to be going in an uptrend now, or we should be going in an uptrend. Okay.
Can you tell what if it's sitting at a level, or is it a peak formation low it's sitting at?
Well, if we
just
go
out of-
back, here's what
there's
it
the
looks like.
high. Yeah. So up there's the peak formation high. So that's probably what's sitting at in the 15. That'd be what, at level 3 maybe. Got one.
Maybe level 3 or maybe level 2. Yeah, depending on
Yeah.
how you look at the
Yeah.
at the levels here, right? If you got peak formation high here, you definitely would have a level here.
And
drops,
then yeah.
one here, drops, and then this whole thing is one.
Okay, so it's level 3. So yeah, that's a good place for it to make a move, right?
Right. And then also we're not basically going back down as what we were the previous week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a good thing as well. So let's continue on here to see. So on Tuesday, we see basically that we have, this indicator. We have price basically now breaking during the Asian range above the high of the previous week's cycle. Okay, so if that's the case, you can see here we're about to touch the 800 there. So
Yeah.
all right, so let's see what happens here. Okay. All right. So anything there so far?
Yeah.
Anything that comes to mind, or any kind of a?
Well, it's a type 2, right? And it's making this break. Or,
Yeah, I think that if anything, if this, let's say if this continues to go up, essentially this almost looks like it would possibly be basically like a straightaway trade, like a type 3 straightaway trade, because if this keeps going up, it's basically just get one opportunity right here. See how it goes down straight middle of the range and then gives you a star pattern here in the middle, right above the 50. So let's see what happens here. Oh.
Okay, that was a hunt, right? So there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty interesting now, huh?
Yeah.
So you see, basically, we moved up above, we cleared basically the 800. Okay, so basically that whole moving from from down to accumulation and then now up is basically almost in the last phase, because we have all the EMAs basically starting to be under price, and price is now above everything now. So if that's the case, we're basically pinning now to the high of the previous week, and we're also pinning to the 800. All right. So now, what could we possibly get as a possible trade setup? Let's see what happens here. I'm kind of curious now. Does this go pin across the entire rest of the range? It does. Yeah, it does. Okay, so now, interesting. Here we go with the opening of the U.S. session, and let me guess. We're about 20 pips from the top of the range. I got a sneaking suspicion that this might lead us into basically a continuation trade.
Okay.
I'm thinking I might go to the top and then form a second leg M.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles straight across. How many hours is that? 3?
Yeah.
3 hours across. If this next candle, because I mean this candle is already breaking the peaks here. This next candle breaks. This is definitely, I think, a continuation trade. Okay. So does anybody? So who's in favor of basically waiting, and who's in favor of going for a continuation trade?
I'm going to wait.
Continuation.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay, so wait. How about you, Nor?
Continuation trade.
You're going with continuation trade. Okay. I'm going to go with a continuation trade. And if I'm going to go with a continuation trade here, then my stop loss would definitely be like below this 800.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm still at 15, 14 pips as a stop loss. Now, where the hell is my target if I don't have the 800, you know, any of the EMAs?
Yeah, you just have to get pips, right?
Essentially, yeah. Essentially, now we're just talking about pips then. So if we go up to like, let's say 30 pips, it'd be right around here. Now, if I go back, I just want to see if there's anything, any landmarks I can use.
Yeah.
From previous price action here. Okay, so maybe I could use maybe these highs up here.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, this section here looks pretty cool. So let's see. All right, so this gives me a range at least, you know, that I could try to use for possible price to just stop at. All right, so let's see if this even goes up or not. Okay. There it is. All right, boom. So
Okay.
there's
We'll see if it hits your take profit. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
There it goes.
There, that one.
There.
That candle would have done it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's one trade there, 30 candles. All right, so 30 pips. All right, so now let's go to all right, so this is what, Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday, what are we doing here on Wednesday? Asian range, and then now we just had a big spike up. Okay, so let's continue this on. Oh, there's another one. Okay, well, that's interesting. So it spiked all the way up to the high. Okay, and then I think that's an M right there.
It's kind of reverse here.
Okay, and then you see on the TDI, the second leg of that M is actually lower than the first. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a really strong indication. So the only thing essentially that's here, what's stopping you from taking a trade here? Is there anything that you can think of that's stopping you from taking the trade?
The 5 and 13 crossover, and maybe it would be this one, the first leg, not the second leg here.
Okay. So
Yeah,
5
right.
and 13 crossover. What else?
It's consolidating, or looks, you know.
Yeah. Consolidating, yep. Let's see. I mean, what's the pip here from the 50 to the where it's okay? It's only 11 pips, so it's not worth it.
And also, it's level 1, I think now. And
Yeah, it is level 1 now.
yeah. So we don't trade.
Aha! So you don't trade.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Good.
Trade against the trend, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because the EMAs are.
So just wait. Yeah, you don't.
So here's the thing, right? So it looks like NEM. You have the pattern. You have the TDI as a as giving you as well, but you don't have the crossover or even a close below to get in.
I'll bet that M turns into a W.
You bet that enters into a W. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. All right. So to the water. Okay.
I was wrong.
All right. So anything different here? Let's see. That would have been, well, okay. It doesn't matter. It would have been only, listen, if you even go in super early on this so far right now, right? It would have only been 16 pips to the middle of the range.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then you'd be risking, 12 essentially. So that's not a good risk to reward ratio at all. Okay. So you did the right thing by not taking that trade super early because you didn't have the confirmation here of this coming back down again, So even if, let's say, if you were thinking about taking this here down, you still had the 50 here that could potentially hold you up, or even the middle of the range, again, not giving you enough pips regardless, So, all right. So beginning of the US session, we're here. Does anybody think of any possible trade setups at all that you see here?
I think it's gonna be a second leg of the W here type.
Yeah, I think so
three.
too. I think it's going to go up.
Okay, you
Like
think it's
three.
going to go up higher? Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right.
Even if it's up to your first target up there, even if it's to the high of London,
Okay. 23 pips to the 200. It's very tempting as to me, it's almost very tempting to take this as a continuation trade just because of the fact that I'm like, how many pips away am I from the actual high? You're still like 30 pips away from the high. So it almost, to me, it's like, I know that it's not going to go back up for another leg, because if it would have needed to come back up for another leg, it would have done so here, where it would not be like going down again,
Yeah.
The problem is that I feel it's like, if you were to take this down as a continuation trade, I mean, you're risking 15 pips, and then your take profit would need to be, the 200 EMA, obviously, or even the 800. And I don't know. I mean, that's pretty far back to go against. Let's just say if this is level 1 here,
Right.
So you can't trade it back down again. But let's see what happens. Okay, so we get stuck in the middle.
Here's the low. See, it never got past the low.
Yeah, never got past the low. Okay.
And now you're starting to see a multi-session W, I think. Maybe. Well,
Yeah, we're already outside of the box anyway, so don't matter.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to the next day then. All right, so far we're now into Thursday, and what are we getting so far out of the week? What kind of a cycle are we in?
This is a market maker cycle.
Yeah, I mean, so far, but it's still at level 1.
Yeah.
It's still level 1, right? But think about in a week, right? What kind of a cycle is this week so far? If you really think about it, we had nothing, kind of like a little baby, wannabe move here going back up. And then on Tuesday, we just had basically a straightaway trade go up, right? The whole day Tuesday.
Right.
And then on Wednesday, we basically had sideways movement So
It's gonna reverse now.
it's gonna he said it's gonna
Yeah.
reverse exactly. So this should be a market maker cycle.
Market makers.
Right.
Okay, you didn't have like a really big fake move here at all, but you basically still had all the characteristics, especially on Tuesday was to me almost like a dead giveaway of having a full day of rise. And then Wednesday of basically doing sideways. Does that make sense?
hmm
All right. So then
So what would you be looking at? That lower target for it to maybe.
I would be looking for sell opportunities on Thursday. And I'd be looking for any kind of like, let's say, crazy spike that happens on Thursday that tries to come up and spike
Right.
anywhere near the high.
Yeah.
That would give me the indication that, hey, that's the spike that they're basically going to drop then. You know?
Right.
And then as far as target goes for, you know, where this could go on a market maker cycle, you're looking at basically, let's say, reversal on for the next 2 days. You're looking for
Yeah.
sells, and ideally, you know, in a perfect world, it would like end somewhere where it began. You know, like somewhere here or somewhere near the low here. You know, but let's see what we get here in this out of this day here, Thursday. So. All right, so up here's the high of the week so far. Let's see.
There's one.
There's one right there. Okay.
hmm
So that next candle, there's another one. There's another one
Right
there.
there. You take that down.
You take that down.
Let's see, where are you at on the 5? You're real close. It's just about to cross.
It's literally right there. So you
Yeah, same
basically
thing.
have the 50
here's
right
the-
here, the middle of the range right there as well.
But the problem is, look at the TDI. Can you stretch that up a little bit just to see, I just want to see where the Bollinger Bands, if they look kind of tight.
Yeah, they look kind of tight. Yeah, they look kind of tight. I mean,
It doesn't-
I don't think you're getting any kind of help right now from the TDI at all.
Yeah, I think you're right, except for maybe the crossover.
Except for maybe the crossover, yeah. So let's see. So you think this is a trade that you would take, or are you going to wait and see what happens for better, you know,
Well,
type of
you're
entry?
already right at the crossover. I guess go one more and see, but see.
I'd wait for it. Yeah. Wait for the crossover.
So now it's like pinning to the middle, and you got
And
the
the
50 is right there. So essentially the obstacle is, can we clear the 50?
Right.
You know, can we clear the 50 here, and then not have this stupid 200 like push it back up again? So let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it goes.
See, the 200 here is like.
Yeah, and it's pinning
right
to the
now.
50 now, broke it up again. Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one, right? Okay.
You have to wait for New York.
Have to wait for New York. There's the key right there. What's going to happen during New York session?
Here comes
Let's
the
see.
second leg down.
Okay. I think if whatever candle breaks this middle of the range here, you should expect that to be the move.
Right there.
Right there.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
But you're only talking to 200 or 800? Or
No, if this is a midweek reversal, you're looking past all that.
okay, go down to the
You're looking past all that stuff.
Yesterday's low or the week.
So you can go all the way up here on a 12 pip stop, clear all this stuff here. And then now we're just talking about 30, you know, let's say 30. Since you're in the middle of the 800 and the previous week's high, just use the previous week's high as, let's say, a potential target. Okay. Now, I would say if you get anywhere near past this 800 or anywhere near this 800, you know, you could possibly just, you know, call it a day and that's it. 'Cause I mean, you're still, this is about 20 pips right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is almost at a 2-to-1. That's a 1.9 to 1. Just taking it to the 200 or to the 800. Okay. Now, here's what you got to think as well is like, if this is a midweek reversal, then basically Friday, you still have Friday's movement to go down as well.
True.
So then you kind of basically have to counteract, okay, am I going to hold this? Do I plan on holding this for the next 2 days? Or am I just looking to get one trade today and then possibly get an entry tomorrow? You get what I'm saying? So you're not holding over swap or whatever. So let's see what happens. Okay, there it is.
Yep,
There
boom.
it is.
Well, you got your trade for the day.
Hey, seeing it pinned to the 800, made a W almost. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then let's see if I bet you this right here is going to just go across, and then this is going to go down again. And then hopefully it'll stay there like that. Let's see.
Yeah, look at that.
I went above it. Okay. All right. So now we're into Friday. So now what are we looking for? Sell.
Sell.
Right? Sell opportunities, right? Where here's the high of the week right here. So we want nothing but sells. We only care about sells. So can we get a setup basically to go into a sell? Let's see. Ooh, that's already gone.
Yeah, it's already gone.
Yeah, it's already gone. See that?
Sands Miller time.
Yeah. So yeah. So here's the thought process behind it is the fact of, you know, when you see this kind of a market maker cycle like this, right? And you have to think about, okay, am I taking it for one trade, or am I trying to maybe take it for another?
Right.
You know, but the hard part about it is that you have to be willing basically to hold it past this crap here.
Yeah.
And so are you, you know, do you have basically the emotions enough to hold it past this stuff here? Because if you don't, and you're just going to get out anyways, I mean, you might as well just take it and take profit here and call it a day. You know?
Mm-hmm. Which I think is what I would have tended to do myself.
So, but yeah, so you risk basically
yeah, and then I would have blown it on Friday because I'm a New York trader, so that's already gone, you know, unless there's going to be a pullback and then another run.
Right.
So let's see what happens. Look at that. Oh,
damn,
man.
Look at that. Straight down. Jeez.
There we go. Now it's going to come back up.
Okay. That's
there's
interesting.
still opportunity. Yeah.
So I was just gonna say.
I know, really.
I was just gonna say, you're all the way up here now. You're not down here. You're all the way up here in the middle. So there's a continuation trade right there.
Right.
So yeah. So let me see. So it's to go down, go down, go down, go down.
Yep.
Big stop.
So from there, what did it have been about? Yeah.
That's 20 pips right now to that low.
Yeah,
there.
just to the low of London.
Yeah. And then there you go. Yep. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it should be done.
So could have caught it again. So,
yeah. So if you miss this move because there's nothing there to trade, you're way super early. You know,
mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you going to do? You can't chase the trade.
Right.
Essentially, just wait for the New York session. You had an opening of the New York session, and it was pinning to the 50.
Yeah. All you could do is just hope that they're gonna go back up to catch
Yeah,
all the shorts, right? You
right.
know, so which they
Exactly.
did. So
Yeah. And then it goes into the next week.
yeah.
Pretty interesting, huh?
Hmm.
Yes, yeah.
All right. So was this helpful, Nor, Tom?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. We did this
Very helpful.
during with Gary, so earlier today.
Yeah,
So
we did this earlier, and it was really good for me when I had a one-on-one a little earlier. So
Yeah.
we did this very thing, and it was beneficial. So
yeah, cool. All
Hey,
right.
Mark, I got a question.
Yeah.
When you market maker cycle, I mean, I know continuation or accumulation trend. Exactly. Explain that again. Just to,
So you're talking about the cycle?
yeah, the market.
Yeah.
Market.
So there's 3 types of cycles
Yeah, that's what
during a week.
I'm not confused here.
Yeah. So there's 3 types of cycles that happen during the week. You're either going to have a trending cycle, which is basically them doing this in one
Yeah.
direction, or let's say them doing this in the opposite direction.
Right.
And then there's the cycle that basically does nothing but accumulate, and that's basically create a level, right? And that at that point, all it does is doing this.
Okay.
There is
Yeah.
no high of the week. There is no low of the week. It's just literally supporting resistance trading straight across the whole week. Okay.
Okay.
And then there's basically after that, there's a third cycle is the market maker cycle, which is basically what we just did, which is typically on a market maker cycle, the perfect one, right, would be basically false move Sunday, Monday, let's say going down, and then ending like this. Tuesday comes along, they like to hit it and then go up. Now, very important on Tuesday, that Tuesday has to go up the entire day. It cannot reverse during the New York and come back down. So Tuesday, it has to go up. It can come down like this, but it has to continue to go up during the New York session. It can't stop. So full day of one straight rise. And then when we get into Wednesday, there's only 2 things that can happen Wednesday. Either moving straight sideways, like basically we did here, or you'll get basically a trade where it's basically creating the peak or the high of the week that day, consolidates, and then on Thursday they hit it one more time. They may not go as high all the way up here, but they'll definitely go one high and then just drop Thursday and then drop Friday.
That's your midweek reversal.
And that's your midweek reversal. Yeah. So if you think about it like this, if you want to, I mean, you could trade, right, whatever you want, but if you are really, let's say, smart about it, right, because if you really think about it, like I choose to really focus on trying to trade market maker cycles because I know how they work. You know what I mean? Like I know what to expect because I've seen them over and over and over and over and over again. Right. So for me, like if I can just focus and pick pairs that are doing this market maker cycle, like I'm trading this all day, every day. Right. The problem with it and the psychology behind it is because we're freaking human beings, we want to, we like have this urge and need to trade every single day. Right. And we feel like we're missing out if we're not looking at the market or if we're not actually in a trade. And that's like the worst, that's like kryptonite, you know?
Yeah, they got me last week.
It's literally, it's like kryptonite. So if you can just remind yourself and be like, hey, if you literally write it on your trading, if this is what you want to do, write it on your trading plan. Hey, I am only interested in trading market maker cycle weeks. And if it's not a market maker cycle week, then I'm not going to trade it.
You know, that totally makes sense because you don't know about it. Yeah, a trending is hard because you don't.
Sure. Yeah.
It's kind of well, but then at the same time, it's kind of obvious too, especially when you look back and you say, "Boy, if I'd have gotten in up there," and
Yeah.
you know,
It's
that's
the
the whole
same thing.
thing.
You can really, it's up to you and what you feel more comfortable with. So if you feel more comfortable with, let's say, identifying trending cycles, and that's what you want to focus on, then by all means do it. As long as you
Yeah,
can focus on it, and then that's all that you're looking for.
right. And that's more of a swing
When
type thing too, you
they
know.
are, because essentially you're getting in, let's say, on Tuesday, and then you're just riding it out the rest of the week.
Right.
So it just depends on what type of comfortability essentially you feel with a very specific cycle. And so I think that if you can really just get a cycle that you like and literally just trade that damn cycle and only trade that cycle, like, you're gonna know what you're looking for every single day. And if it's not there, then you're not trading. You go to sleep and you wake up, and you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Like, it's not a constant battle. It's either there or it's not there. And then now you're basically making your trading very black and white.
Yeah.
And so as the sooner that you can make your trading very black and white to yes and no, is it there or is it not, then you basically take out the whole emotion psychology stuff out of it.
Right.
You literally take all that crap out of it, because you're just literally answering questions. That's it. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And that's like the best thing that I could tell you is to make a list. We were talking about it with Gary as well, is making a list. And so next week's video, tomorrow's video that we're going to talk about this week, we're going to talk about trading psychology, and we're going to talk about lists and stuff like that you can make, what to put on the list that you could basically help you.
Yeah.
And really just make it very black and white.
Yeah.
The sooner that you
like a
can make it black
checklist.
and white, like
Yeah,
a checklist.
checklist.
Exactly. The sooner that you can make it a black and white thing, like, there is no emotion, there's no psychology, there's nothing. It's just, like a robot almost. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's why, robots don't get any emotions. They just do what they do. They follow the strict. It's like a line of code that you write for a robot. The robot doesn't know any better but what you tell it to. It doesn't think emotionally, doesn't do anything. It's like, it's either there or it's not.
Right.
That's it.
Once you get the yes, no, you make it into a flow chart and you just shoot.
Exactly.
Easy.
Exactly.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a bank, market maker in the bank. They have to, let's just say, convert. They're buying some Boeings from U.S. Okay, so they're going to have to convert pound to dollar, right, to make that transaction.
Yep.
So this is kind of hard for me to get my head around as to the direction of things and the direction that, from their perspective, from them trying to accomplish that transaction. So if they have to sell pound to buy dollar, correct?
Yeah. So think about it like this. Like, if you have, I don't know, let's call it $1 billion that you got to get from one currency to another.
Right.
Okay. What happens if you're like, hey, let's do $1 billion right now?
No, you
Let's
can't do
switch
that.
it. You
Right,
can't
right,
do it,
right.
right? Because what will happen to the market?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, and not only that, but it'll be a lousy transaction on their part.
exactly.
The
Because they're
slippage
trying
will
to get the best possible price.
right.
Right. So they basically fill it in orders. So think of like let's say $1 billion, right? And split it, instead of into one order, split it, I don't know, into 100 orders.
Right.
Or 100,000 orders. And at every little pocket that they get, they're just throwing it. Okay, here's another one. Here's another one. But this is literally happening in real time. And all they're trying to do is they're basically just trying to get the best price possible.
Okay, so they'll initiate they'll initiate a sell because they have to sell the pound to buy the dollar, correct?
Right.
So they would come in, let's just say with 100 lot, right, as the first move, and that's going to be a sell, correct? So the price is they're going to drive it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they drive it down, and then do they take the other side to come back up to get a better price again?
No, because all they're doing is they're waiting for the other traders to come in and join them, right? That's where you get the false move. You get me?
Yeah.
The ones
So
they put in a little bit, right? And that's what spikes the market. And that's why you're like, holy shit, let me get into this trade. I'm going to miss it.
right.
Right. And so everybody sells along with them. And all they're trying to do is they're like, hey, let's get it to here. We can get a good price here. We'll have everybody selling. And then since we have to buy to make this move, all these people that are selling, we'll take the orders and buy. We'll do the buy opposites of those orders.
Okay, and then they'll do another sell to get going in the direction that they need to be going.
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll take the other side to get a better price to go back down.
Yep.
Essentially, right? Otherwise, I mean, they wouldn't just take it straight down. It'd just go down, 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 down. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. Right.
No, because everybody in the world will jump on it. So,
yeah.
So then they got to take the other side back up a certain distance, and then initiate another block.
Yep. It's think about it like a ballet game, man. It's a ballet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's a dance. Yeah.
It's like why do you think that on 1 week they would start here and then end in the same exact spot?
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's on a daily basis they do this shit. Like on Sunday, Monday they start here. Guess what? They end here.
Right.
You know, they get all the orders they want and then they'll push it. Same thing. They'll start here and then we'll end right about here. And then when you look at it on a weekly level, then you started here, did all this movement here, but you still have your balance booked because you ended in the same spot.
Right.
You know, so the rest of whatever happened the week doesn't matter because you're still at the same spot. So the market isn't crazy crashing or anything.
And then you offloaded however many lots, quite a few. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So that clears that up a little bit better for me, Agnes.
What to do for the week before with the same spot almost? I mean, go back.
Let's see. Go back. Yeah, the week they just basically did the same thing. Yeah.
On a weekly chart, that's going to be.
On a weekly chart, this is basically like it'll look like this on a weekly chart. It'll look like a candle. It'll look like that.
Yeah.
This is what it'll look like on a weekly chart. They call it the doji candle. Yeah. This is what it'll look like. All right.
Cool. That's what you end up with.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Cool. But any other questions?
No, I'm good now. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing, buddy?
So Travis is going to be with us.
Good. Go ahead, Tom.
So Travis is going to be with us London session?
So no, actually, I'll be with you guys because my flight got changed because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. They were trying to send me through South Korea, and I'm like, I'm not going to South Korea.
Right.
I'm not going to get quarantined there for 14 days. So
exactly.
So I'm like, no.
And did you have any trouble with doing the ticket thing? Because
no. I called them. They refunded me the entire ticket, and then I'm going through from. I found a flight that goes from Tampa to LA direct, and then from LA to the Philippines direct.
Okay.
So I skip all of Asia, and I don't have to worry about any of that crap.
Yeah.
So.
Except for the plane ride.
Except for the plane ride, yeah. The plane ride isn't that bad, though. But yeah, the plane
wear
ride
your mask.
Wear the mask, exactly. I don't think it'll be that bad, though, because, now that I'm not going through, through Asia, which is huge, I think it'll be pretty good though. But
Yeah, and then plus everybody's just afraid to do that right now. So you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised because they in South Korea, the South Korea airport in Seoul, the main airport there, isn't allowing flights to go back and forth to like the Philippines. So I would have literally been stuck there for God knows how long. And I'm like, stuck in South Korea, where it's the second biggest country with coronavirus.
Right.
Doesn't really sound too exciting to me.
Mm-mm.
I think it would have made a hell of a YouTube video though, but
Yeah. I think
from the airport in South Korea.
like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm here from the airport in South Korea, reporting
next
live.
to your sleeping bag.
Yeah. So I'll be leaving on the 27th, 20th.
You got a while, man.
Yeah.
What
so
is that? A couple of weeks you're gone?
It's 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks. So I think it's the 20th or the 20th. Yeah, 21st, 20th and 21st is when I leave. So so at that time it'll basically be the same thing. Though Travis will do the London sessions, but I think that honestly, because I'll be in a place with Wi-Fi and stuff, I might still be able to do it. I was concerned because I was flying in the middle of the week, and so this time I'm actually flying at the end of the week, so I should be fine by the beginning of the week.
For the following week.
For the following week, exactly. Yeah. So I should be fine. So I don't think he shouldn't have to do that, but we'll see. Maybe Sunday, but I don't know. We'll see.
I wanted to ask you, is there a time frame on the advanced course?
There's not. There's not. No.
I mean, like, is it weeks or?
As far as what?
Was it videos? Is it like what we've been doing?
Yeah, it's videos. Yes.
Yeah.
It's videos.
Okay.
Yeah. There's videos, and every week there'll be a new video, right?
So how many weeks?
That's what I'm contemplating.
Oh, you don't. Okay. All right.
I don't know if I want to do, because every time that I think I'm going to do 10, the original plan was to do 10, right? 10 videos.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, well, in these 10, I've already made 7 of them, right? And I'm like, damn, there's so many things that I still would like to cover, right? That I don't think I could make it in 3 videos. So I may push it to like 15 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I keep thinking of new stuff.
They'll be introduced once a week, or they're just going to be in the library?
Once you're done with the 12 weeks, no, you'll have all 7 real quick there. You can binge watch them if you want to.
Okay, so it won't be like weekly sessions like we've been doing.
No, they'll be on there for binge watching if you want. So yeah, that's
Gotcha.
But remember that just because we're done with the 12 weeks, that doesn't mean that like you don't stop coming to, like, let's say the trading room or the Sunday sessions or any of that stuff.
Okay, good.
All that stuff continues. You may just see me talking more with the new class, essentially. You know what I mean? Kind of like what we went through the whole 12 weeks.
Right.
So yeah, same concept. But those will never change, no matter what class we're in or anything like that.
Yeah. Cool.
But, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions?
No. Thanks, Mark.
Nope. All right. Very good, guys. You're welcome, man. You guys have a good one. Tony, I think, I don't know if you maybe got the time confused because of daylight savings times, but yeah, so we've already done a whole hour and a half almost. So watch the replay that I'll post later tonight, Tony, so you can watch the whole thing. I think you'll like it this week.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Okay,
They're all good.
All right, buddy.
All right, definitely. Thanks.
Yeah, man, no worries. So give it a couple of hours and this should be up on the website for you.
All right, cool.
All right, buddy. You guys have a good one, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you,
too,
Mark.
Mark. Thanks a lot.
Have a good night.